Welcome back to my video, guys, and today I want to share with you my team I'm using to beat chapter 17 in Puzzle Tales. And this team is amazing. This team is like one of the best, if not the best team for story missions, because the synergy is great. You don't even need a healer, and I have nobody dying in any mission. And everybody knows that's playing chapter 17. The chapter 17 is no joke. Chapter 17 is like, it's hard. There's a lot of enemies that have a lot of shields, a lot of hit points, very deadly attacks, and special regen abilities and fury attacks and all that stuff. So it's a very hard chapter. But this team, honestly, I managed to go through to mission 27 in just 2 hours, and it's crazy. Yeah, the synergy is crazy, especially when you have blue 11, red Lucas, or red Lucas with purple 11. Purple Erica, sorry, and then blue Steve and yellow Dustin. Alright, let's walk you through how important each character is and how he contributes to the team. Alright, let's talk about this team. Well, let's start with 11. So, I already know her abilities, but the key here is that you can activate selected row of dices. And that's amazing, because when you have somebody like Lucas who activates or changes dices to dodge dices, you can pinpoint where dices are and use 11 to activate those dices and give your team dodge. And this is really crucial. This really saves me in a lot of missions. This synergy between both of them is just great. It's just amazing. So yeah, and also she's kind of like nullifies the ability of the scientists with a lot of hit points with the white codes, because they take out energy, but because she gets 10% energy back, this is applied after their ability, so she can always be charged, and she can also use her ability to activate dices and charge up the rest of the team that lose their energy. So this is really amazing. She's a very key player in this, and I love it. Right, Lucas is a dodge person. I call him dodge man because he just makes dices dodge. As you can see, even right now you can see those red dices with the shoes on. These are dodge dices, and he's amazing because he makes those when you swap 4 more red dices, and you just give your team dodge. I actually gave my 11 like 8 dodge, so she basically, and dodge is like, it nullifies any attacks, doesn't matter how powerful the attack is, it just nullifies it, and she had 8, so that was crazy. She couldn't even die. She was immune to every attack in the whole game, in the whole mission. So this is amazing. The other thing is that he's a very heavy damage dealer. He hits the whole enemy wave for 700% damage. This is together with, and because of her last ability, whenever an obstacle is defeated, everybody gets weakness. So you just use Lucas, and they just one attack and they finish all the obstacles, and they give weakening to the whole enemy team. So this severely cuts down their attack damage that they deal. And when you have dodge, she kind of nullifies it as well. So this is a very interesting here combination, and she empowers blue dices, which is amazing because you have somebody like Steve and other 11, and this means that they just get that extra boost on the dices. The blue dices are very strong in this team, and because that's good, because a lot of the enemies are red color, so that means that the blue dices do even more damage. So this is really amazing. Okay, and yeah, now we have Steve. Steve is a very heavy damage dealer as well to a selected enemy, but he also removes buffs. Now everybody knows that plays chapter 17 missions that pretty much every mission has enemies with a lot of shield. We have fury bosses with regen and bravery, and honestly this guy comes really clutch because he destroys those. He removes these debuffs because he can also create dice that remove these debuffs. Not only that they're empowered dices, but they become debuff dices, and the blue dices are just broken in this team. So yeah, his damage is crazy, 1100% damage, which is not too bad. He hasn't died to me yet, so I haven't used his last reactive. And then he also gives himself thorns, which is amazing because he can return fire as well when he's hit. But yeah, right, so we also have Dustin, who does similar things to Steve. He is a very heavy damage dealer and removes a buff to a random enemy, preferring the ones with a debuff. So for instance, if you use him first and then you use Steve, you can select the other enemy that has debuffs that Dustin didn't remove, or if you use him, Dustin's gonna attack the enemy automatically without a debuff and remove that buff. So this is amazing synergy, not to mention that he delays by 2 turns the strongest enemy's attacks every wave. So especially there's like boss waves, in the last wave is a boss, he can delay it with 2 turns, and it can really save you because it gives you enough time to make dodge dices and protect yourself. So it's a very key player here. And he's also changes blue dices to more buff removal dices. So we have blue color is amazing. Blue dices are just broken in this team. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You want to use, first of all, if the enemies have buffs, you want to use Steve and Dustin to remove those buffs, and then use Lucas and Erica to destroy obstacles, give weakening, then deal heavy amount of damage. And then 11 is a support character who just activates dices, make sure everybody has dodge and just charges up people, activates the blue dices, the power dices. So yeah, it's a pretty powerful team, and I actually recorded my run on mission 26 of chapter 17, and you can see it in action. So yeah, enjoy. Alright, let's get going. As you can see, the power difference, minus 280 and the enemy is 266, but no big deal, this team is about to do it. Right, so we have a red enemies with shields, no problem. We have blue Steve here who's gonna handle the situation. We have a bunch of obstacles there, but now we're gonna try and charge up our characters. So we got Erica hit, but now we have 11 who can activate the dodge dice, because as you can see, the second to last column row has 2 dodges. So now we're gonna charge up Erica and give her some dodge, and now she can dodge that attack, and that's amazing. Now we have Steve who's about to attack and take out the shield, and this is done. 500,000 shield gone. Right, the obstacles are down, they're getting some weakness, and now we have more dodge to Erica. Erica survived once again, and now we're fighting. You can see, look at this. This is the power of the blue dices dealing damage. Alright, now we have our characters charge up, and now because they have no shield, I can use Lucas to deal damage to everybody. Steve can just kill or just take out the shield from the left guy, and then we have more dodge dices on the top. So I'm gonna use 11 to give more dodge and keep Erica alive because she has less health. Alright, so the 2 enemies down, we have some more shield, but luckily Dustin is here to save the day, and he's going to remove the shield. Now, I don't really want to use her ability because next wave we're going to be able to hit more enemies, so I'm just trying to finish the enemy with dices, but we have another enemy spawning. Luckily we got 11 here. And now, okay, we have the row, the column is activated, and let's see. Alright, we're just gonna do this, and we're gonna kill the guy on the right, and then we have the guy dying, I guess, because you have to kill the guy that summoned him, I guess. Now we have shield, and we're gonna use Steve to take out one of the shields, and then we're just gonna use 11 to sort of give more dodge, and now Erica can actually destroy the obstacles, as you can see, and now she's gonna give weakening to those enemies, and this is amazing. Right, alright, we have them lucky dice is kicking in, we have them some charged characters. Now we can use our Lucas because they have no more shield. Dustin does more damage to purple enemies as well, which is amazing. And now let's see, over here we're gonna use auto here, alright, we have the enemy who's getting some energy. We got 11 charging up again, we get some more dodge dices here on top. We're gonna give some more dodge. As you can see, my Erica gets more dodge, she has 3 dodge right now. She about to die in the first wave, but now she's alive and doing well. So he gets Fury, but luckily we have Steve who can take out the Fury because next turn he's about to attack us, and now we can kill him by just using 11 to get some dices and just doing a swipe. Okay. Oh, he actually didn't die. Damn, look at this. You have the weakening, but obviously he didn't die. Luckily, my Erica has so much dodge. As you can see, she's just dodging it. No big deal. And now we're going to finish him off. And now because we finish him with the ability, the enemy turns are not going down. We have the delay turn with yellow Dustin. As you can see, 5 turns of delay. This gives us plenty of time to destroy the shield and do damage. Okay, now we're getting these dodges activating. We're just going to use and damage those guys on the right and left. And now let's see these dices. We have the blue dices here, almost done here. Oh, the shield is down, perfect, because the blue dice are so powerful. They're empowered. They have all these blue characters. Now, look at this, the power of Steve, guys. So on red character is amazing. Just almost kills them all. Right, okay, we got them dices, and that's pretty much done. And guys, these guys are dead. They're finished. That's it. Erica, come on. All right, so yeah, look at this, pretty easy. All right, that's it pretty much, guys. Easy with this team. Nobody dies. Erica's been alive for the whole game, even though she was about to die on the first attack. She has still 4 dodge left. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's done. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys all in my next video.